Have you ever felt completely lost after a major life change like divorce? Was it almost like you were walking in a dark room with no sense of light or any type of direction or guidance? Well, I'm hoping that today's video can be a spark of light to inspire you to keep going and give you some encouragement on what your next steps should be as it relates to your healing and thriving. If you don't know me, I'm Coach Kofia. I help women heal and thrive emotionally after divorce. I really want to share with you over the next few series of videos what the healing process for me has been like, as well as what has been really helpful for the clients that I've worked with. So my divorce has become a catalyst for me to go from walking in this deserted place to feeling like I am walking in my God-given, divinely appointed, anointed calling. And I went from this place of being super confused as to, oh my God, I can't even believe this is happening. How am I going to take care of these 3 little girls? Like, what in the world is happening to my life and the vision that I had for my life, to being in a sense of peace and calm and trusting that God has me and that I am going to be okay. I really struggled with the emotional aspect of going through a divorce. And I can't really say I had a lot of conversations with people around my divorce. I remember most of the conversations happened internally, and most of the conversations started internally from a sense of worry, from a sense of, what are people going to think about me? What does God think of me? Am I a disappointment to what God has called me to do? Am I going to fail? Like, are my kids going to suffer? How are they going to suffer? And are they going to be broken as it relates to coming out of a divorce? I remember going through this 21-day devotional, and it was by this lady, Dr. Caroline Leaf. And I remember seeing it and really thinking, okay, I really would like some help in this area. And I'm thankful to God that, she put out the information that she put out, because it really did help. And what it taught me was that I have control over the thoughts that I decide to marinate on. I don't have to let the thoughts consume me. And up until that point in my whole life, I had just felt like thoughts come and you just deal with it, and you sit with them and you ponder them. I would go into this place of worry and overthinking and just feeling like I needed to prepare myself for the worst case scenario, right? And so I didn't really have a lot of balance. It was either I was on cloud 9 because of the fantasies that I was having in my mind, or I was at rock bottom because I needed to experience the worst case scenario so that if anything ever happened, I was already emotionally prepared for it. And what I didn't realize is that's so unhealthy. It caused so much stress in my life that I did not have to have. The steps that I'm going to share with you, I know that if you apply them to your life, you will see tremendous breakthrough, because it's the word of God. Yeah, so let me give you the steps, okay? So the first thing is I had to acknowledge that there is pain, right? I share with you guys that I understand the feelings of it, and I understand what it's like to be caught up in just overthinking, right? The feelings turn into all these thoughts, and then the thoughts turn into all these feelings, and you just like going on this roller coaster ride that just keeps going in a circle. And so the first step is to really just acknowledge that the fact that you are having those emotions, and come from a place of observation. Just observe the thoughts. It takes a process for you to get to a place where you are really able to take the thoughts captive. You have to first acknowledge that they're there. And if you don't acknowledge that they're there, then you're never going to be able to take them captive. And a part of acknowledging that they're there is coming at it from like a judgment-free place. We don't understand the power that we have as far as the control. It's really just taking little bitty steps to get to a place where you have control over your mind. You are not alone in experiencing all of this worry, anxiety, and fear. However, just because you're not alone, it doesn't mean you need to stay there. That is the part where I don't think people really take ownership. You don't have to stay in that place. I was talking to my daughter actually today, and she was having a meltdown. She's 6. she was having a meltdown because she couldn't find the shoes that she wanted to wear to go to the park. And she was just like, I need new shoes because these shoes are not the ones I want to wear, and they just didn't feel right. And so her attitude rubbed off on her sister, and her sister was like, well, I don't want to go to the park with her. What I was explaining to her is, you can be upset, no problem, and you can feel how you want to feel, absolutely. But if I were to tell you, hey, let's go right now and let's go buy you some brand new shoes, the shoes of your choice, would your attitude change? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, exactly. Because you have control over how you feel. You have control over changing your attitude. And the only thing that is different from how you're feeling right now, and if I say let's go to the store, is a thought, a suggestion to do something different. And so I shared that with you. I tried to say it to her on a 6-year-old level. But what I'm saying to you is, yes, feel all of the feelings and acknowledge that they're there. But also, I need you to start walking into, I don't have to stay here. There is more for me. And as we go on through this series over the next 7 days, I'm hoping that you will begin to experience a level of peace that you've never experienced before. And I want to give you these couple scriptures to reference. Deuteronomy 31:6, and then Romans 8:28. Look up those scriptures and really let me know in the comments below, what is your takeaway from those scriptures? Okay. All right. Now that we have gone through acknowledging the pain, that is the main thing that I want you to experience in this first episode. Acknowledge the pain and really just see what's available. See that you don't have to necessarily stay there. I'm not saying move now, but I'm saying consider that you don't have to stay in that space. In our next video series, I want you guys to understand the power of forgiveness. There is tremendous power in forgiveness. And once you understand the power that you have in forgiving, I hope that it will inspire you to take some necessary action and make some decisions. So we'll get more into that in the next video. Definitely stay tuned. I appreciate you guys so much for liking, comment, and subscribing. Share this video with someone that you feel would benefit from this. And definitely let's have conversation in the chat below. What are the pains that you're dealing with? What are the struggles that you're having? What are those thoughts that you're having? I would love to have conversation and help you through those things. Stay tuned for more. Continue to watch, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Go be great. By what? Master what's on your plate. We'll talk soon.